the production.
It's not gonna work. Oh, that's better. Oh, one more thing. All right. Not sponsored by Gatorade. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kevlarr 82 TV, your positive car culture channel. Today we're doing something a little different. What we're going to be doing today is a bit of story time. I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got my 2014 Hyundai Genesis Coupe 3.8 Ultimate manual transmission. I always add that in there, just extra information for you guys. AKA Project Batmobile. It's coming together. I have a lot of stuff planned for the car, but today we're going to be talking about how I got the car and how I saved $4,000 on the sticker price when I got it. It's pretty much new. In the title would say a new car. It was slightly used, 1,600 miles. Whatever. Anyways, so basically how it all started was, I'm going to rewind the clocks back all the way to late 2014. I had my 2004 Dodge Neon SRT4. I'm going to show you guys some pictures as I chit chat so you don't have to stare at my ugly mug the whole time. But yeah, so here's my 2004 Dodge Neon SRT4. The car, when I got it, I had it around 2014. I had it for a couple years. I'm not sure the dates on that, but we'll save that for another video. We're just gonna focus on how I obtained this car for now, and then we'll do story time for another one for the SRT4, because that one deserves a story too. This car, I believe, was destined to be mine. So rewind the clock back. Like I said, I had issues with the car, the SRT4, throughout the years. It was small little issues. I had leaking gaskets. I had leaky airline hoses, boost issues, things that I actually had a friend of mine who used to help me work on my car. So me and him were able to fix a lot of the stuff that we're having issues with. Idle air sensor. Dude, I replaced the same sensor like 3-4 times on that car. It was fun. It was very fun, but the issues led me to kind of I'm thinking about the meme when you have a car and you're looking at another car. You know what I mean? I have my SRT4 with me, and I was looking at other cars or whatever. And back in the day, you know, Hyundai started doing better with their Genesis Coupe models. I was always a fan of their models, since I was always into automotive culture ever since I was a youngin'. But so I knew that the Genesis Coupes was out, and I watched some YouTube videos. At the time, my SRT4 was still running good. I was fixing it, having issues, up and down relationship with the car, like any race car build. It's a love-hate relationship. So yeah, so I was doing my research on the Genesis Coupes, and I kind of learned the difference between a BK1 and a BK2. At first, I liked the BK1s for their styling. Their headlights were real cool, whatever. I liked their turbo models since I was into turbo cars, but I was thinking about the power of a 3.8 and actually aspirated rear-wheel drive, and I was like, ooh, I can try something different, you know. And I was thinking about, if I sell the SRT4, I think I might get a Genesis Coupe. And you know, I went through a lot of different research and stuff like that. We're not even gonna go through the research. We're gonna save that for another video and tell you why I chose the Genesis Coupe over the other competitors in the same market, in the same price range. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. So back to the story. So yeah, I was doing research and everything like that, and BK1, BK2, kind of learning the difference and everything like that. I looked at the BK1s, I liked the styling of the front and everything like that. The BK2s, I didn't like the front end. I thought the plastic bumper piece poking out was just like, it was weird. You know, that was just, you know, my opinion back then. And then one day I looked at the taillights of the BK2s, and I was like, damn, I really like those taillights, dude. I was really geeking over it, dude. And I started falling in love with the BK2s, and I started looking at the front end, and I was just like, man, dude, I think I can deal with the front end, man, because the lines of the car is awesome. And then I kind of did some research on the improvements over the GDI, the gasoline direct injected upgrades they did for this car, and how they made more power, and the power that this thing put out, 348 to the crank, not to the wheels, 348 to the crank horsepower or whatever. And I was like, man, dude, this car is pretty solid, whatever. But I still have my SRT4. I hate flies, man. They bug me, literally, no pun intended. But yeah, so I still have my SRT4. And, you know, I'm still cruising around with it, whatever. But I, you know, once in a while, you know, Google, you know, that's freaking Genesis Coupe. You know, I was looking at YouTube videos and stuff, watching stuff, and you know, some people I started watching this stuff on YouTube, and I still watch them. But anyways, fast forward to around late April, early May 2015. I had an unfortunate incident with the SRT4. I'm not sure what happened. Kind of like a rookie thing. Dude, basically, I don't know if I hit something or bottom out on the freeway or scraped over something, but my oil pan actually either cracked, or I leaked oil, or I ran it dry. I mean, I can make excuses all day, but I'm not sure. But if you guys know anything about oil, if you starve the engine of oil, dude, it's a wrap. So basically, that's what happened. And I'm not gonna try to make no excuses for it. I don't even know what happened. All I know is one day I'm driving on the freeway, and I'm heading to work, and my car completely shuts off, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm trying to start it, nothing, dead. And I'm just like, I thought it was like a battery, something. I didn't know what it was. So I had it towed to a mechanic, a local mechanic that me and my wife really trusted at the time. Real cool, solid dude. And I asked the dude, like, what's wrong with it? Like, you know, we want to get it fixed ASAP, get back on the road. He was like, dude, your engine's done. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, your engine, it's seized up. And I'm like, wait, what? How? And he was like, there was literally no oil in the freaking, I was like, how? You know, I'm literally racking my brain. So it was RIP on the engine. So we made a deal with the guy to kind of like put a chunk down and then kind of pay the guy little by little, make payments and stuff like that, because coming up with the money at the time just wasn't feasible. It was just like one of those super emergency things that just, it happened, and it kind of hurt us financially, but we got through it. We got the engine put back in the car. We got a fairly low mileage engine put in the car, whatever. The mileage was like okay. I forget the miles. I'll get that more information later, whatever. But anyway, so we got the engine put back in SRT4. We got a new one or whatever, or used one, whatever. And yeah, like it was running cool and everything. Then I started having AC issues, and I couldn't figure it out. And I couldn't refill it. The Freon wasn't refilling. I don't know what the heck. And then I had an overheating issue with the car or something like that, and it made me miss my niece's second birthday. Brielle, man, and that right there really hurt me, because I was driving on the way to Vegas to see her for her birthday, her second birthday, I believe. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not thinking right. But anyways, and we was driving up that long hill, man, and the Cajon Pass hill. And it just overheated, dude, and I was just like, dude, it's a wrap again. So I had to pay more money, get it towed back to the shop, get it fixed. At this time, the mileage of the engine's cool, but I started thinking transmission. Is the transmission gonna go out? And I was like, dog, because the transmission mileage was probably close to 100,000. That's where the car was at. The engine was, correction. No, correction. It was 110,000 miles I had that engine, dude, before that stuff happened. Don't demonetize me. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. We're probably gonna cut that out. So we're gonna have a little skip, whatever. Cut that out because I ain't trying to get demonetized. But yeah. So basically, have to tow it back to the shop. Had the issue fixed. The car was running cool. Had the issue with AC, couldn't figure out the AC issue, so I'm riding dirty in the middle of summer, sweating my butt off. My wife, she's getting tired of it, so she was like, well, we gotta do something, you know, we gotta look around, shop around for different cars and stuff. And I said, I got a car. And she's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, I just been looking, you know. She was like, hey, little did she know, dude. I don't know if I told her this, but I think I didn't, because I was doing a lot of research. But she probably knew I was doing research or whatever. But when I replaced the engine and everything, I was doing research, and I found a bunch of Genesis Coupes online. And I found one around the time that the engine was getting put in, I found one, and the price of it was black. It was an Ultimate, fully loaded. It had 1,600 miles, and it was, for that, it was pretty much brand new, and it was $4,000 less than what I saw online based on my research. Because all the other cars that were like super low miles, 600 miles and 300 miles, dude, that's literally brand new off the line. Someone, and the one that's 1,600, I thought to myself, someone must have drove it for like a month, couldn't afford the first payment or two, and then brought it back or got it repoed or something right away. I said, that's damn near brand new, and you know, dang, why are they selling it for that cheap price? And I'm just like, it must be something wrong with it. So I told my wife, I said, let's go look at this car real quick, you know, just to see what's cracking. So we went down to the Hyundai dealership, whatever, and dude, went down there. They pulled the car around. I test drove it. I fell in love. I was just like, oh my God, dude, this is awesome, dude. Man, the power, instantaneous. I loved it. More power than the SRT4, but it's naturally aspirated, so it's a little bit different. Rear wheel drive, it feels different, handles different, dude. So the dude was like, what do you think? And I'm like, dude, man, I gotta have this car, man. I gotta have it. And he was like, well, shoot, man, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Run your credit, run your wife's credit. We'll see what we gotta do. If she's gonna co-sign, yada yada yada. You know, we'll figure that out. And I was like, cool. And I was like, man, this is a bomb price, man. He was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I gave him the price. He said, wait, what are you talking about? I said, nah, this is the online price. And he said, wait, what do you, nah, that's not how much the car costs. It's fully loaded. It's over 30 grand. And I'm like, nah. I said, bro, look. And I showed him the price, and he looked at the VIN, the number on the listing, and he was like, crap. And and I was like, what? He was like, I'll be right back. So the dude left, and I'm thinking, dude, man, like I'm not gonna be able to get this car, so I'm feeling heartbroken. So the dude comes back like 10, 15 minutes, had me sitting in the office just shaking, like I'm not gonna be able to get this car. My head's just falling to the ground. And he walks back in, he was just like, dog, he was like, the guy who was in charge of putting the ads up on the site, he screwed up on the VIN numbers. The VIN number that he typed in and he programmed in was the VIN number for a base model, cloth, no extra amenities or anything. He was like, so basically you're getting the price of a base model in your car, literally the low mileage is dang near brand new. And he was like, it's my boss is pissed, but we have to honor it. So what do you want to do? And I look right at my wife, and she's like, what do you want to do? I said, can I do it? And she's like, hey, you got to sell the SRT4. And I was just like, I paused for like 3 seconds, and I was like, I'll do it. Let's make it happen. Work out, man. I was excited and stuff. I was like, dude, I'm about to go home in this crispy whip right now, dude. I was so excited, man. It was meant to be that right there. Saving the $4,000 was like, and it was something that I could negotiate with my wife. Like, look, we're gonna save some money, babe, and I get a new car. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's the story, man. It was awesome. It sucks for the dealership, man, but it's cool because they didn't rip me off. I didn't rip them off. The dude screwed up, man. And I don't know if that dude still works there. He might have got busted for that, but he went on vacation. That's the reason why. The guy who put in the VIN number, he did that real quick, and he was supposed to fix it. They brought it to his attention, and the dude was like, legit, he was like, oh boy, was supposed to fix it, man. He went on vacation. So hey, he screwed up, but hey, that's a win for me. So yeah, that's the story, man. So yeah, came home and everything like that. Let me get a sip of this Gatorade. Not sponsored, but hey, Gatorade, hey, sponsor me. But anyways, so yeah, came home, started getting cracking on trying to sell the SRT4, and it was like 1 or 2 weeks, and whatever, it took me like less than 2 weeks. But anyways, so I got a solid hit on the car. This young man and his dad came over. They test drove the car. He looked at his son, he said, do you want it? And he said, I want it. And then they looked at me and they said, you know what, something about this car? You have one of the best SRT4s in Southern California. All the other SRT4s that we tried to like look into, test drive them, people were lying about the condition. They were bad. they had issues. They wouldn't start. The paint was bad. The interior was crappy. They were like, but you have one of the most solid ones in Southern California, and we've been shopping around for a long time because this kid knew what he wanted. So sold it for $5 grand. You know, it is what it is, dude. I had to get rid of it. $5 grand was better than a lot of other people were trying to offer me. People were trying to offer me $2 grand. I think CarMax offered me like $1,500. I'm like, dude, get the out of here. Anyway, so that's the story. Got rid of the SRT4. I know the video is gonna be kind of long because I've been blabbing for a minute. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I really, really, really love this car, man. I have a lot planned for it, but I need you guys' support. How can you guys support the channel? Make sure you comment down below. Always interact with the channel. Hit that like button. Of course, subscribe. Should be at the top of your list anyway. I should have said that first. I don't know what I'm thinking. Subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell. So, you know what? Scratch that. Subscribe, notification bell, like, comment. Let's do it like that. All right? So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, man. I know it was kind of long. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this quality time, spending time with me, just me yip yapping or whatever, dude. But a lot planned for the car, like I said, a lot planned for the channel. So stay tuned. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Just remember, always see the glass is half full, not half empty. It's your boy Kevin Smiley signing out. Kevlarr 82 TV. Peace.
J Squad.